We're back.
Welcome back.
And we rested.
And we rested.
All night
Yay.
long?
Fun.
Give me my hit points back.
All
I
right.
don't think Alex is capable of staying up, but he's not really going to rest peacefully, so I'm just going to keep my exhaustion.
All right. Get two hit.
Okay.
Get two hit dice back.
He is just too bothered by bullshit.
And all of my hit points.
So long rest.
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
You guys finish a long rest. Nothing else happens. You're on the lookout for snakes, I assume.
I hate snakes. I didn't before,
What
but
are
I
those
do
glowing
now.
bugs?
Uh,
That's okay. The snakes are just weird and funky looking.
no, they're evil. And they
Although
all should
I
die.
heard they taste like rabbit.
Well, there's plenty to test that theory.
No. No, Gilbert, don't eat the snakes. Let's just kill them. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of this stupid forest. Sick of
Can we
almost dying.
please go sleep in
Yeah.
like a bed somewhere that
Oh,
doesn't try to kill us?
A bed would be nice. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll have to check, make sure there's no oatmeal mimics in the room. Nothing's worse than falling asleep than waking up with oatmeal in your face.
Do you know the way, Lila?
Yes, I do.
It just so happens that I do!
We go this way! Yay! I sound like Minnie. What the hell?
She will
Alright.
look around and, I guess,
level
try
rolls.
to find the way.
I'll give her inspiration as well.
Okay. D6.
D6. Because Thrust wants to get out of the forest. Get away from the snakes.
Okay. You are almost out. One more roll.
And we see a horde of orcs.
Boom. Yeah, you're very out.
Nice.
Okay, so you exit, and you're all going to show up on this other map.
Oh, it's so nice to be out of the forest.
Oh no! Look. I think we're near the road. Oh,
I
who
checked my
cares?
compass.
We're out of the forest. Check your
Cheers.
compass.
Yep.
Oh,
So
almost
where do
near
we
done
get-
so. God.
So where do we end up on the map?
No, you're not. You're not down there. I just put.
We're, well, we were somewhere in
You're gonna
this
be.
place.
Gonna be about here.
Oh.
That's a neat token.
Wow.
What time of day does it look
Woo!
like? Pretty early.
Yeah. As you exit, it's very early in the morning. You think it's probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock. The sun has not yet crested its highest point.
Can we see the road? Or
Yeah, so after you'll walk through some pasture land, but you do eventually get to the road.
shall we? And just to clarify, we were going to Hillsbard to meet with Barnibus. I thought he was
I
going to
think
meet us.
so.
Understand.
He,
believe
he was
so.
supposed to be there.
Well, let's follow the road, pick up our gear on the way that we hid so nicely, and head to Hillsbard.
Okay. Are we in the right direction? Is the gear's not behind us? Is it?
No, I believe it was here. Oh, it was where we fought the goblins.
Wow, it's way up there. Wow, where the hell? How do we get down here? What the hell?
I have no idea.
I kept
But-
telling you it was north.
Well, let's go then.
All right, let's get going. It's gonna be a long walk without Poochie.
We also
Yep.
need to tell them that we lost their horses.
So you're gonna get to about like here. Not very far along the road, maybe like here. before you end up having to rest. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna remove these tokens that will
Okay.
be everywhere, just because I don't want to look at them anymore.
As we're setting up,
Wesley throws his bedroll over his backpack so he can kind of use it as a pillow and it's covered.
I don't mind taking a watch, but perhaps someone should maybe take
I'll do it.
with me.
Yeah.
Good. Me and Wesley will take first watch.
Okay, I'll take a watch with Alex again.
Alex will nod.
As everyone's sleeping, so that was pretty crazy last night, Wesley.
And the night before, the day before,
It's
day
good.
before that.
It's good to be out of the forest, that's for sure. It's
Yeah.
good to not be dying, or almost dying every day.
Wesley twitches.
Yeah. Are you okay? You seem to be affected by what we're going
I
through.
really
A bit more than
got
others.
so much work to do. And like I'm out of bullets and I don't know.
Is that how you deal with the things that bother you? You work until you can't remember them, or?
Yeah, I did that a lot growing up.
I see. Well, we're almost in town. You'll have plenty of time to do all your tinkering. I'm not sure what the rest of the group want to do, but we can certainly spend a lot of time. We've got gold. We can stay at an inn for months if we really want to.
Mr. Thrust,
Yes.
are we on a quest? It feels like we're on a quest.
What do you mean?
People die on quests. I mean, there's that tapestry, and now we found something that's ancient, and that feels like a quest, right?
I mean, I don't know. I've never been on a quest before, so I don't know what it feels like. But I can tell you right now, I'm not dying, Wesley. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure nobody else dies. Do you see when I sometimes make people's eyes all weird and black and shoot my magic?
Yeah.
Well, that's because one of my ancestors, a very long time ago, made a deal with somebody very bad. When I die, Wesley, my soul goes to that person. So, I'm not dying anytime soon. I refuse.
But you didn't make the deal.
Doesn't matter, it's my family.
Well, I mean,
I didn't get a choice in the matter, unfortunately.
neither did I, but, like, can't we, I don't know, I'll ask Hestian.
Well, maybe Hestia knows about it, but every person in my family has had some innate special abilities that have born from the deal that someone long ago made.
Our deal just made us look like this, and I'm sure it helped someone a long time ago.
Yeah. It's not really nice when you have to pay for what your ancestors have done, but, you try to make do.
Can I ask you something personal, Mr. Thrust?
Sure, Wesley.
Which side of your family made the deal? Was it your father or?
It was my father. I don't know my mother. I don't know any deals that her family made. I haven't really told anybody all of this. I would like if you kept it to yourself.
Oh, I will. I'm just absent-mindedly, like, filing something random.
Okay. Good interaction. Good interaction. Inspiration all around for the two of you.
Nailed it!
And your watches are quieter than you can even remember at this point. Instead of being in a terribly scary woods, you were on the road. And I need matching music.
Do, 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 do,
Oh, here you
do, 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 do.
Yeah. There you go. So you have a very uneventful night, thankfully for you. Recover some more hit die, and you are then able to travel yet again.
All right, more hit die.
I almost have 5 again. It's been so long.
I've got 2.
Alex will wake up a little bit. Actually, just
no,
during
we
his and
rested.
Gilbert's watch, he will cast Find Steed and just tell Gilbert he can use that. Give it the order to just listen to Gilbert.
Awesome. And I just try and climb up his legs.
The biggest freaking raccoon you've ever seen in your life comes out of that bush.
What does it look like? Actually, yeah. What does it look like?
Warhorse.
Warhorse. Okay. Yeah.
Six
Sent a
legs,
picture in
I
the
think.
past.
Yeah. So I hop onto it. Me being born in the saddle. I'm like, okay, guys, let's go. Oh, what was that?
Onward.
The heck?
There's nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay, so you have a steed, but you're still going. Like, what's your speed like?
We're pretty slow.
Pretty slow. Okay.
Well, as fast as we can go carrying all the shit we've got.
Yeah, without a horse for all of you, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So you are going to make it to about the point
What
where
all
you
can I
got
carry?
ambushed before. And as you go over there, something has changed. You see a sort of guard tower. As you enclose on it, and I assume you guys have no problem going up to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No problem.
So you go up to it, and as you get close, they hail you. And somebody standing on top of a watchtower shouts down to you and says, "Halt! Who goes there?" Seeing that you don't have a cart, you don't really look much like merchants. It seems that there's at least a few guards that you can see, all with bows at the ready, not necessarily pointed at you, but at the ready.
Gilbert on his mighty steed looks up and says, "We do."
Of course, we're loaded down with packs and
Yeah.
loot.
I whispered to everyone, do we have a group name? How do we announce ourselves?
Oh my god. Like the Red Murderers.
Well, we did out of character. What was it?
Some Latin thing.
Nobilis.
If you guys want, we can act like you guys are my retinue again, like we did for the guy at Lakemont.
We are nobilish something.
Is that what you say? Those exact words?
No. I want
Okay.
to know exactly what it is before I say.
Let me relook it up.
Yeah. We are nobilish, and then I say whatever will.
You say what it really is.
Mhm.
And he looks down at you and goes, he like looks over to his friend, says something you can't quite hear, and then looks down at you, says, "What the fuck is that?"
Alex will just kind of drop his sword and walk a little closer.
That's
Alexander, Verlin, Gilbert, Deep Hollow, Wesley, Thrust, Lyra. We have business with Baracus. What was his name?
Barnibus.
Barnibus?
He said he'd meet us in
We have
Hillsbard.
we
Did he
just
now?
recently completed a task on his behalf.
And one of the others goes, "And my mother is a, and my mother is a wombat."
Well, that's very unfortunate. Can we go in? We
I'm
all
going
wanna-
to,
we all wanna get to the tavern.
Do you
Going
have any
to,
proof of this?
I'm going to pull out two things. One just being a signet ring, and the other being the symbol of Ilmater. I'm a paladin. Part of my job is to never lie. You know
Okay.
what that means? I can't lie. We have business with Barnibus. let us through because we've had a really shit few nights in that forest, dealing with cursed bullshit, goblins, and all other manner of beast.
One of
Can I
them
roll
looks a
persuasion or
little.
something?
Yeah, roll persuasion. Good point.
So, what I
fucking
think we
damn
agreed
it.
on was Nobilis Minda.
I don't suppose the noble symbol, the noble signet, and just being a paladin gave me advantage for the little tirade.
Noble flaws.
I also don't suppose this. So they look down at you. One of them seems a little convinced, and he's like, "He's a paladin, let him through." But like you can't really hear all of what he's saying. And the other one goes, "If I had a nickel for every paladin that came through here, is claiming they was a paladin, but they really ain't, then
I'm
I would
going to
have a
grab
lot
my
of nickels."
sword, light it up with divine smite, and then throw it at the ground.
They look
Like,
down at you and
literally
they're like,
just stab the ground.
and he turns back to his friend and goes, "Okay, maybe he's a paladin, but it doesn't mean we have to let him in." And he says down to you, "Okay, so he is a paladin, but how am I supposed to know you
I'm
have
going to
business with
cast
Barnibus?"
command on him and just say silence,
Okay, so he like
and then just
he
look for the other
silences.
one.
The,
Send a message to
bows-
Barnabas if you don't trust us.
The bows get drawn, and the one dude is completely silent, and it seems that he might be in charge here because he puts his hand up and the bows go down, and he just says he like makes a motion to like let you through.
Thank you.
Thanks. That was very nice of you. Thank you. I just wave at them with my lance.
Can we find out loot in this area, or has it been?
Yeah, you can try. It'll be right after the choke point, which is where they've set up there.
Wesley, where did you hide it? And I, like,
You remember how you just threw it next to a bush?
yeah.
Well, I buried it right next to that.
Well, dig it up. Find it. Like, inspire him. I don't know where you put it. You're the one who bloody dug a hole. It was perfectly fine where it was.
You can do some sort of intelligence check to remember if you want.
I kick over the rock that I put over it,
Okay.
and I don't have a shovel.
What happened to your transforming
Let me check
staff?
if my let me see if that.
Yeah, where's the crowbar? I mean, the last
Yeah, I'll
time
turn it into a spade.
the last
So,
time we dug a hole, we had Hughie do it, so kind of can't do that again.
I'm leaning heavily into my walking staff. It's been a week. I just tap it twice on the ground, and it turns into a shovel, and I start digging.
Okay. You dig up your treasure, whatever you left there.
Yeah,
Treasure.
it's in the group loot.
Okay,
Just
and it all
underburied.
seems to be there.
Sweet.
Nice.
Group
No,
loot.
nobody found it. That's awesome. You guys can hide stuff good.
4 horses to Riverhead, 1 gold each. I think we fucked that.
Yeah, we'll have to pay for that, but that's fine. How far can we see Hillsbard from here? We just continue until we can't anymore.
No, you can't see it yet, but it's there. You know it's there because you've traveled this road before.
Do we think we have to rest again for the night, or we'll make it there?
It's getting dark right as you dig up your treasure. The sun goes down and the light goes.
All right, one more night in the wilds before we can sleep in a comfortable bed.
Do we have to?
I mean, we can
Or
ride
it's just-
through.
I mean,
Yes, Gilbert. If we don't, I'm literally going to die. I am not joking. I am going to die if we go back into that wood again tonight.
Okay, so you have another uneventful night with the protection of the guards at the watchtower very much nearby.
all right. Or I'm back to 5 hit dice.
These guards are awesome. We should always travel with them.
Do any of the guards look like they've received injuries while on watch?
No. It
Okay.
seems like they've had a relatively uneventful time of things.
Well, I thought for a while there you were gonna punch that one guy in the nose.
Alex is in a bad mood, but he's not going to hit anyone. Do any of them look like they're diseased or poisoned?
Maybe hungover.
Yeah, guard duty's fucking.
So I guess that's poison.
Alex isn't really too much in the mood for sleeping right away, so he's just going to cure hangovers, I guess, with
Okay.
lay on hands.
So you cure hangovers
That is not where I thought that sentence was going.
and win
No,
the hearts.
I'm not
win
really
the hearts
in the
of
mood to go to bed.
you win the hearts of a guard or two, who thank you profusely. Oh, I've had that headache for a day. I keep drinking to make it go away, and that just makes it worse.
Yeah, if you stop drinking, that would probably cure the headache.
Oh,
I mean,
how do I do that?
Don't stop drinking. You never have it though.
That's not true. If you really want to deal with your hangovers, just make sure you stay hydrated.
Well, I mean, how am I supposed to hydrate if it's
Without
not with
the
ale?
alcohol. Drink
How do
water.
I do that?
Water.
You think water just grows on trees?
I don't know how to respond to that.
I'm just going to use command again, say sit, and then walk away.
Okay, he sits. One thing you guys should know, and your characters would know, is that water is difficult to obtain in pure
Oh, is
forms.
it?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
like, they'd boil their rainwater if they kept it in a barrel, I guess.
But
So is
people don't
this-
do that.
So is
Why
this
don't they do
lake
that?
Like salt water then?
No, it's a freshwater lake.
Because I mean it's connected to the ocean. I was just curious.
Yeah, but they don't. Like some people might drink from that, but most of the time, even in a lake, like the water isn't necessarily safe to drink. It's not a spring.
Yeah, you've got to boil it.
Yeah, you got to boil it, and instead of wasting resources boiling water, which they don't necessarily know cures it, right? Like,
Oh,
there's no
shit.
science, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Going
they just
biblical with
instead
this.
drink ale. They drink alcohol, which
Well,
makes the water better because there's alcohol.
historically, it wouldn't be like what we would think of it as ale and wine. It would be like,
Very watered down.
it'd be
Very light.
very, very light, just enough for it to be sterile.
Yeah, basically. It'll get you drunk if you drink a lot of it, but you got to drink a lot of it.
Or you
It's
brew it
Brian
better.
drinking wine coolers.
Or you can brew it better.
Wine coolers on a lot of ice, which
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's definitely something that they would be able. They would like just everybody would drink ale. Beer would be rather uncommon, and then wine would be only for noble.
So in other words, in this day and time, if you could come up with a hangover cure, you'd make lots of gold.
Probably.
or if you like invented wells, it's easier to dig a hole in the ground than to like biology.
Wells already exist. We went into we dumped a bucket into a well.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one was
that's
gross.
true. Yeah. Poochie dug a well once, went all the way down, got some water, sniffed it, and left. It was nasty ass water. It was black and all sorts of crap.
Did Poochie just make water?
No, well, after he found the water, he did make water into it, so it grew. But I wouldn't have drunk
It
out of
sounds like he just dug a hole and pissed in it.
No, usually when he digs holes and pees in it, the water doesn't stay. This water stayed.
It definitely stank. All right, so you guys get to here. You sleep well with the guards nearby. Nothing happens. Nobody comes to mess with you. There are some traders that do pass through like right before bed, but then they kind of seem to make camp near you, seeing that you're camped out here. Also under the watchtower of the guards. And then from there in the morning, you guys can make it to the city by the end of the day. So it'll be like late afternoon by the time you get there. On foot, it's really slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are some carts that pass by if you wanted to maybe hitch a ride.
I've forgotten. We've been to Hillsbard, right? So is it like a big
No.
city or a small city?
We haven't been
I
here.
don't think
went
we-
to Hillsbard. Didn't you go there last time?
No, we went to
No,
Lake.
I remember going to Lekmont, and we went to Riverhead. I thought. I don't remember.
Yeah, we haven't
going
been to Hillsbard yet.
Oh.
We never made it.
We never made it that
Oh,
far.
oh, that's right. You got past the choke point, got ambushed, and then you got led into the woods. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I totally forgot you've never been to Hillsbard. Wow. Okay, cool. Let's
He's
talk
like, you
about it
country
then.
bumpkins, you ain't never been to Hillsborough? Wow!
Wow.
We're in for a treat now.
Okay, well, so then you don't know how far away the city is.
Are we gonna see our names strung up there in lights?
We're on the
Place where we
wanted
can
board.
make it.
Okay. So then you want to try to hitch a ride on some of the traders' carts, or
Yeah,
they seem to be
someone will let us.
relatively full, but maybe you could ask.
Wesley will pull his hood up, pretty covering his face as best he can, but he's got holes for his horns because that's how that works.
Yeah. Okay.
I look for
So-
like a relatively empty one. I'm like, excuse me, do you mind if we put our stuff on here and walk beside your cart? We've got a lot of gear. It's slowing us down.
The trader says, looks down at you, and let's roll it. Let's roll some dice for myself here. He doesn't seem very receptive to the idea. He looks down at you and says, "Why would I do that?"
I make a point to do this in silver, and I'll show him 10 silver pieces.
He says, "Oh, why didn't you say so?" And reaches his hand out, like waits for you to put it in his hand. Okay.
I'll give him 5, and then be like, when we get there, 5 more.
Sounds good to me. Get on.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, so you get your stuff on there, and one or two of you can probably sit on the cart, so it's a lot lighter on your as you trade
Alex
off.
is just gonna walk.
Okay.
And Gilbert will still be on the steed if it's still there. I don't know how how that
stays.
stuff works.
Okay. So you get there a little bit faster, and it's instead early afternoon by the time you get there.
Sure, what's the plan, guys? Are we looking for Barnibus? We're looking for an inn to stay, maybe have a bath.
Here's what it looks like.
Glorious, glorious bath.
I was gonna say maybe we should get a place to stay.
I go up to, like, as we walk in, are there guards or people?
Yeah, so let me do some describing because you guys have never been here before. So you walk in from the west down the road, and this whole city is built on a hill, a large flat top hill. It seems like maybe they even flattened out some of it when they did the construction. And it's like as you crest the hill, you see the buildings, and they're quite nice. They're dwarven architecture for the most part. They do look a little out of place in the hills, rather than being like in a mountain or something. But it works, and everything looks new, for sure. You see a few things that are notable. Let me open my notes so that I can get everything. You see a couple things that pique your interest. One is that they're building watchtowers, and it looks like there's walls going up too. So there's walls that are like here that are done, and then maybe later on you'll notice that like these walls are done, and that they're working on walls like this, but then the southern part of it is not done yet, but you can see that there's like an outline to go
Okay, cool.
here to this tower, and then this like this. So you can see that there's some walls being built around the city. It seems like they're employing a lot of workers to do it, and there's watchtowers that are going up as well. You can see 2 of them that have gone up as you come in is this one here and this one here. They're very tall, and they seem to be housing many guards with like fire signals in them and everything. You also notice that there's a couple of buildings that are prominent. This one is quite prominent down here, large, very similar to the one you remember in Lakemont, where Barnibus lived. It's similar in architecture, a little smaller though. It's not crazy big or anything, but it's very nice. It's certainly bigger than most of the buildings. And then you'll notice that there's a lot of nice homes over here as well, residential places. Up here, as you walk in, just as you get through, like, where the wall is, you can start to see this is all tradespeople. And so there's a lot of like people making different goods, and you notice that there's a lot of smiths in particular. All seem to be working hard, and there's different tradesmen down here, and it seems like over here is sort of like shitty residential area as you come in. And you notice there's another building over here that looks like it's some sort of government building, if you're familiar with Dwarven architecture at all. And that's about all you'll notice for now. As you walk into town, assuming you don't stop anywhere,
Wesley
you
would
notice
like
that there are...
to keep an
Go
eye
ahead.
out for one thing, just because this is new construction,
Mm-hmm.
and this was in the other town where they had like a. Didn't they have like an execution thing or a hanging thing
A
in
gallows?
the first town? A gallows
An elf got
or
executed.
a headsman block?
There
I
was
don't-
like a chopping block. for
Yeah.
that.
Do
yeah.
they have anything like this in that town or in this town?
So you haven't got to the center of town yet, but when you do, I'll make sure that you're looking up.
Yeah.
So as you enter through the wall, you also notice a squad of like seemingly like military training people, like people training for either guards duty or you don't know, run by in like some sort of light uniform, and they run out of town like all jogging together, with like heavy packs on, and you notice that they are carrying mostly like just like packs that seem lumpy as they run out. You notice that they're like drilling or whatever. And let's see.
I
is there
was
any-
afraid they were coming at us for some reason.
No.
It's
They're
that
just
halfling.
going
He knows about the conspiracy.
by.
Get up.
Okay. Yeah. What else would you like to do from there?
Should we talk to Barnabas before we find a place, or... I mean, it looks like things are
Right?
pretty crazy here.
Well, this is kind of his place, really.
I'm kind of wondering if we should clean up because most of us are pretty much covered in all sorts of bug and goo. Remember, he thinks I'm some part of some royalty in Hupple.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Speaking of that, did Wesley ever finish my ring? You're working on a ring for me made out to platinum.
That's right. I have the wax done. I still need to cast it.
We haven't
I
had
believe.
a furnace for
Oh
you.
no, I was doing
Yeah.
the. I was just. I was filing it, wasn't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you did cast it when you were in.
Yeah, I've got it done.
Riverhead or something. Lakemont.
So Gilbert's got his ring. Well,
Turned out okay. It's it's platinum with gold inlay for the flower that you described,
Awesome. I'll take it and like have it on my. Wesley, this is awesome.
or
Then
the
we'll
other
look
way
at my-
around, whichever way you wanted it.
Then I look at my blood-covered hands. Maybe we should take a bath.
yes, that's a good idea. I go to somebody and ask, like, where's the nicest place to stay in town if you're visiting?
Sorry, who are you asking about this?
Well, is it like, are there people around? Can I specifically?
Yeah, I mean,
look for,
like,
a
so you're on the
town
you're on the
hall?
trader's cart as you're traveling inward. He hasn't kicked you off yet.
Yeah, well, I get off the cart and go to the first guard that I can see.
Okay, so you
That's
see
not
that
drilling.
there's one on the corner here, and you get off, and I assume Weston pays the
Yeah, I
guy
give
that's
him
gonna-
the 5 more silver.
Cool. So he takes it happily and says, "A good one," and kicks his horses back up into a little higher gear now that you guys are not sitting on the back, and goes off into town down here. And you see this guard. He's standing, pretty much just pretty well disciplined. He's definitely still standing. He's not like taking a load off or anything, but he's also not like super strictly standing or anything. Seems casual. He's standing with a spear in full uniform, and it's warm but not too warm. It's like still spring, so it's not crazy warm or anything like that. But he's a little sweaty, and you approach him.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Where's a nice place to stay that we could get baths? As you can see, me and my companions here, we're a little dirty. Had a busy couple of days. We have a meeting with Barnibus Brickgut, so we need to look our best.
He like looks at you and kind of corrects you and says, "Lord Brickgut is down over by town hall. You won't be able to miss his estate. Though I recommend you get cleaned up first."
Well, I will as soon as you tell me where I can get cleaned up.
Well, he looks you over, looks you up and down, looks at your friends. Depends on how much you're willing to pay.
Money is not an issue.
He's like nods, but he's not sure if you're bullshitting him. And he's like, "Well, there's a pretty good tavern over by the market. There's another one that is a little bit cheaper if you find that one's a little too expensive."
That one will do, thank you. And I just like walk away.
He like shakes his head. He's like, "Fuck," and you walk away.
Yeah, Thrust is tired. He
Okay,
wants a bath.
so he tells you where it is over by the market, and you'll figure it out. So you want to go all the way down to the market?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so as you walk through, you're walking through and you notice all the stuff. This group of buildings seems particularly nice. There's like little walkways where the black is around these buildings. So like as you go through, there's like little walkways with like ivy and stuff that go like through these buildings. And there's like a side street here that's actually really nice. And you can see as you pass by it, you see like just tradespeople. You see tailors with their rugs and cloth strung up outside in a neat manner, like to show off the wares and to like let things dry or whatever like that. And you see like tradespeople like hammering and dipping swords in buckets and all that good stuff all the way down. And it seems like everybody's just working hard still. And as you come down, you see there's different things, like you see a small church here. It seems to be some sort of like temple to a god. I don't know if any of you would be familiar with dwarven gods, but it's a dwarven god. And
The conspiracy spreads.
you come down here and you notice like there's what would you like to know? You want to know what god it is? I don't know what god to look at.
The god of hold my beer.
Yeah. Here, let me at least mark it with things. I should know better than to challenge your religion rolling. Okay, so there's a temple there. You come upon Town Hall, which I'll describe to you as I look up what god I want for this. Does anybody remember where the hell the gods are? Are they in the player's handbook? Or
Player's handbook, yeah.
Gods of the multiverse. That's what I want. Cool. So you see the temple has. Is there a particularly dwarven one? I don't remember how to read this. We were using the deities of Greyhawk, right?
It's usually Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, but we've already seen Palor.
Okay.
Who was Greyhawk?
It's up to
So
you.
I guess we're
really.
using. But
You
we
can
also have
employ whichever
filmmakers,
one
so
you want.
whatever the fuck.
This is
Who
your
cares?
world. Paint us a tapestry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fuck it.
It's Beardo, the god of hair.
Yeah, he's let's see. It's gonna be Hieronius. Hieronius, god of chivalry and valor. And it's some sort of like, macho.
Wow. I'm sure they really teased him growing up in God school.
Yeah,
Erroneous.
fuck you.
You're pointless. Sorry.
So you see the god of chivalry and valor, and the symbol of the lightning bolt is up above the church, and you see the temple rather, and you see like columns and everything around outside of it, and there's a statue on the inside as you pass, and it seems like there are priests, dwarves with long great beards, handing out some small bits of food to hungry people, and also just hanging around and praying and doing shit like that. As you pass by over here, you notice this is the town hall. And it's quite imposing. There's another building behind it here, which you aren't sure what it is, but it's rather large. The town hall, though, looks like it's full of people. It seems busy. There are people coming and going from it. There's a big steps running up to it, all carved directly out of stone. So it's like bricks of stone, big slabs of stone that have been laid down to be stairs. The whole building is made out of stone, and it's significantly different than any of the buildings you've ever seen in this island. Besides maybe some of the things you saw in Lakemont. Like Barnibus's estate in Lakemont was mostly made of stone. This
Would I
one
be
is like
able
that.
to tell if this is aesthetic or like, yeah, we're building it different and it's making it look like this, but it's actually like making this little estate a fortress?
It's definitely not a fortress. It doesn't look like a fortress. It's just made out of stone.
Okay.
And then as you get down here, you pass through. There's some more merchant or like tradespeople here and residential, and you see it gets to be a little bit shittier.
I don't suppose we've run across any type of like places that sell mounts or animals or anything, have we?
So as you come upon the market, you actually see that there's a stable.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I can mark that on the map too. Yeah, so there's a stable here, which seems to be, they have some horses for sale. This is where you're supposed to turn in horses that you ride into town from, like the other one. It has the same name as the establishments that you've seen before.
Like the one where we got our horses.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, quick, hide your papers.
Yeah, you have a piece of paper with, which is sealed with wax, which you're supposed to turn in, and they told you not to break it.
We owe you one us.
You 4 horses.
So you do want to stop in and say that?
No.
No.
Okay, so you don't do that. You walk by.
No hablo common.
Okay. And you see right over here is the shittier tavern he talked about, and you're like, damn, I hope that's not the one he was mentioning. And then you turn around and you see this one's quite large. And it's a little better. And so you walk over to that, and you see that it's a pretty common tavern. It's like the one you stayed in Riverhead. It's nice, but it's not like super nice. And it's made out of a combination of stone and wood. And it's pretty nice. I can tell you a little bit more about it.
As long as they've got a bath, it's nice enough for me.
Yep. Yeah, we all need a bath.
So, this is the place, guys. Would you like... I mean, there's a stable right next door. Nix can stay in.
I thought you were saying we could stay in the stable, and I was about to say no.
No, let's go into this nice tavern here and...
Gilbert gets off the horse and says, Alex, do you want... Will this guy stay in the stables too?
I mean, he can, or I could just make him go away.
Okay.
Okay, so you get in there. I assume you do not bring the horse.
Yeah, I don't bring a horse in.
There is
It's
some
just
sort
gonna
of a
stay
stable
outside.
behind the tavern, as you're used to over here. And so you can stable it or something. Do whatever you
Yep, I'll just walk behind and see if I can get someone to let me stable it.
Yeah, there's a little stable boy who runs out and takes your horse and holds out his hand. Doesn't say anything to you.
Give him a high
I'll
five.
give him. Not
You're
really gonna
halfling.
say
It's
anything. Just
always a
gonna.
low five.
I'm going to try to sleight of hand a platinum piece beneath a gold piece where he doesn't notice it until later.
Okay.
I love how you do that.
Man, Wesley's like making a point to pay people in silver so they don't know we're loaded, and you're just like, "Hey, small boy, here's gold and platinum."
Okay, so
Oh,
you managed to do it where he's not hard to fool, and he like closes his hand on it. Then he notices there's 2 coins inside of his hand, and so he runs away, and like as you turn to leave, like you hear him go, like you hear a gasp as you walk away.
That 7-year-old can retire now.
Yeah, like that is
Yeah,
so
well,
much money. He literally of it.
well, the
Like
last
he doesn't even know how much money that is.
well, the last kid he paid off that way never came back to the tavern. Just the old lady. Oh,
That's fucking true. That happened.
it happened. Yeah. Puddles. Quick question. Did you say we all get 1,000 GP?
We haven't split
have
it.
we
Like we haven't
done
sold
that?
everything yet. We've split it, but
We haven't done it? Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Okay, cool.
we will. Like from the group loot, we're all going to get around 1,000, probably a bit
I
more.
expected the kid to just stare at the horse with 6 legs that just had blue flames on it.
And then I suppose we go.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, he was already flabbergasted by the horse, but he was like taking it and he was like, okay, and not looking at the coins at all. And then he was like, all right, and he takes the horse. He's like, oh, please don't catch on fire. Please don't catch on fire. And he's like putting it, and then you hear him gasp as if he wasn't already like,
This
slack
child
jawed.
is gonna get the beating of his life when he goes home.
He
Where
seriously
did you get
is.
all this money? A man on a 6-legged blue horse gave it to me.
Don't lie! Don't lie, you piece of shit! Fucking yep. Yep.
I mean, Alex did just kind of walk through the town with it.
So
That's true.
you managed to get to the tavern, and yeah, people definitely stared at that horse when you came through, for certain. Like you drew every eye, and the guards were also intimidated by it as you walked by with it. And
Least
so you,
intimidating paladin, most intimidating horse.
yeah, it's imposing. And so you get into the tavern, and it's let's see, the bartender is a young female half orc who's pretty average looking. She seems to be telling a story quite loudly, and she snorts when she laughs. Her skin is a light green color. She has particularly large tusks for a woman. She's got brown hair, worn in a long wavy style, and she's a little chunky.
Hello, what's your name?
Is that your type? I'm sorry, that's out of character. Change my mind. Wesley wouldn't say that.
That would be even funnier if Wesley actually said it. Is she your type, Thrust?
She looks at you and goes, "My name's Beltium. What can I do for you, handsome?"
Well, we're looking for some accommodation and perhaps a bath. As you can see, a bit messy, a bit stinky. Do you have any of these things in this fine
She goes,
establishment?
"Just how I like them." And she says, she looks over at her book that she has like some sort of a ledger, and she says, like as she's looking through that, you can look around and notice that like there's only a few people here because it's early in the day still. Well, early in the afternoon. I guess by now it's like mid-afternoon, and there's probably, it's a big place, and there's probably like a dozen people scattered through the tables eating like a dinner, and you notice quite a few are coming in to eat. And then there's this ledger in front of her that is filled, as far as you can tell, just like at a glance. She looks down, she says, "Well, let's see. We've got 4 rooms available, and it costs 3 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces per night."
for the 4 rooms together?
No, that's per room.
That seems a bit pricey. Perhaps you could bring the price down for us a little bit if we promise to stay more than 1 night. And I wink at her.
Oh man, you wink at her?
Yeah.
Wink,
Okay.
wink, wink.
Okay, yeah.
We
She's
found
like,
one
oh, I
with
could do
Darth
something.
Crust.
That?
He needs a deal.
She like, what does Thrust's hair look like?
It's kind of short, and pretty well kept. Just like sort of slicked back.
Okay, so she'll like caress your chin then, and she's like, oh, all right. Well, I suppose we could do just 3 gold room.
Okay.
So she knocked off 5 silver per room.
Alex is gonna pass her 3 gold.
God damn it, Alex.
I believe it's 12 gold for the 4 rooms. We can take it out
Yes.
of the group loot, and I give Alex his 3 gold back.
Okay.
We have lots of gold, Alex. You don't have to pay for us.
Does this include a bath? Because we need a bath.
There's a public bath. There's many tubs, and she looks at you and winks back at you, and you just let me know if you need any help.
Okay, thanks.
Sure to do that. Thank you. We'll be
And
taking our rooms. You wouldn't happen to know of a place that we could keep some... Actually, do you know if the market, what kind of things people like to buy in the market? We have a couple of things we want to sell. Is it just random bits and bobs, or...
she says, she like thinks for a second, and then says, well, there used to be a lot more bits and bobs, but now it's not like that as much anymore. It's a little bit more focused, I guess. It's more of a swords and spears nowadays.
Do people
But you
want
should
to
be
buy
able to find.
trinkets?
Well, I mean, the nobles are always looking for a good trinket or two,
Excellent.
something to show their wealth.
Well, thank you. We'll go to our rooms and have our baths, and we will come to you if we need anything.
And she gives you another wink and says, "Oh, please do."
Why are they talking about bobbing bits?
And then
I just give her a wave with my lance, since it's pretty much everything I'm holding right now. Like, thanks, and walk up to my room.
Okay. So you guys go up the stairs. She hands you 4 keys for each of the 4 rooms.
me and Gilbert
Right.
will share, I assume.
Yeah, and so when you go upstairs, you'll see that there's down the hall.
Yep.
There's like a sign that says like bath, and inside that room, you'll notice that there are probably 6 bathtubs, with like curtains around them.
Ooh, we
And
can all
there's-
take a bath at once, guys.
Yeah, they're made of a wood, like a barrel, essentially bound with a metal strip around it, to be tight enough to be waterproof. You sit in it, and it's not the kind of bathtub where you could stretch your legs out, but it's enough to, like, it's pretty good.
Well, this is my question: could a halfling stretch his legs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
Sometimes I wish I was as small as you, Gilbert. This is
It does
nice,
have
but
its benefits.
I miss big baths. Ugh.
At this point, I think we would be happy with a puddle and a towel.
Well, there are some sort of towels in your rooms when you get there. There's like a linen. It's not really a towel like you would think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a piece of cloth for you to be able to dry off.
Yeah, I wonder when towels were invented, because
I
that's
have no idea.
very specific weave.
I'm looking it up.
You're looking it up. I can hear it.
17th
too.
century.
Wow, that's earlier than I thought.
Alex
The
just drops his
17th
armor
century?
off.
The
Is
In
it
the room.
early or late?
Well,
Really?
well, say pop.
Six,
Okay,
60?
I just put that in there, and paper towels were invented in 1931. What? I don't want to know that.
So apparently, archaeologists in the Middle Ages, of studying the Middle Ages, have found closely held personal items included the ever-present knife and a towel. So meaning that like each person had a towel.
Cool.
However, the
Nice.
invention of the towel commonly associated with the city of Bursa, Turkey, in the 17th century.
Maybe they traveled the universe.
And they were flat woven pieces of cotton called a pestimel, often hand embroidered, long enough to wrap around the body and originally fairly narrow. Yeah. So these aren't going to be your bath towels, but there's going to be something
It's
to,
low
to
thread
use to dry
count.
out.
Yeah.
Definitely
they'll-
low thread
yeah.
count.
They will dry us
Made
off.
And they probably won't be made of a cotton either. They'll be made of some sort of wool. So they'll be itchy as hell.
I mean,
That's
we
okay.
wouldn't be
We all
used to it.
we all have blood to scrape off and stuff.
That's true.
So that's definitely what the first thing that Gilbert does. He puts his stuff down, grabs the towel, and goes straight to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he pulls like one of those little divider things. And after a while, you guys just hear him having like like a 5-year-old in the tub splashing around, playing, gurgling water. Like come out clean, but the tub and everything around me is soaking wet, including the dividers.
Okay.
Sure. I'm assuming after our bath and stuff, we all meet up in a room.
Okay.
Unless,
Yeah.
no one wants
So
to.
the rooms are a little bit smaller than you expected, but they do have they're very clean, but they're smaller for sure than you expect.
Sure.
Let's see. Wesley, he'll have his clothes cleaned too. So he basically just comes in boating shorts, and you see series of like 3 and 4 like dots going through them that kind of hilled kind of silvery scar tissue.
Okay.
Is that from a pitchfork?
I got stabbed. A lot of pitchforks, really.
Jesus.
I thought maybe you accidentally shot yourself making your first gun.
I used to tell people it was just chicken pox, but then pox and this, it didn't really help.
Well, we have some choices to make here. We have a lot of gold and a lot of things to sell. I don't know what this town is like, but it's gonna draw a lot of attention to us, and maybe the lower elements of the town are gonna get interested and want to steal our shit. So we should be careful.
Well, I mean, we do have a pretty good inn. I mean, like, this isn't Barnibus's town, but it's kind of his town.
Yes. Should we go talk to him, or should we go sell things, or split up and some of us do both?
Well, I have a lot of things to buy, but
Well,
he might be able to help us.
I think he's only met me, you, and I think Wesley. I don't think he's met the others. I mean, we could split up, do some selling, and we could go talk to him.
I mean, we told him about our friends, so it doesn't matter to me either way. What do you think, Alex? What would you like to do?
I don't really care.
I think someone should stay back with our stuff. Lyra, would you like to do that?
Oh yes, I would.
Oh, no, she just goes,
Yeah.
Lyra will stay with the stuff.
Well, here's a question: where's Nix? Is Nix in the stables?
Well, yeah, we assume so.
yeah.
We don't have to roleplay everything out.
Yeah. Along with the weird fucking horse. The kid is like literally shitting his pants.
He's earning his money.
Well,
He's
at
earning
least he
his-
can buy new pants.
Yeah.
he can buy all the pants.
That he can.
I'm Lord of the Pants!
Hey, I mean, the kid's gonna have a good day for a little while. He gets to see a weird magical horse, and gets more money than probably anyone around him.
And then gets killed so that someone's trying to steal the money
Yeah,
from
he
him.
gets fucking mugged.
Maybe
Nah,
that's
he's
why.
just-
Maybe that's why
He's just
we
gonna
never
run straight
saw
home.
it.
Now that we're all cleaned up, should we go talk to Barnibus? Let Lyra look after our gear?
Yeah. Oh, maybe he would know who to talk to sell stuff. Maybe he would know the legitimate people.
Yeah, we'll talk to him and see what he's saying. I think by the looks of the town, I think something's happening. Whether
Yeah.
Aldo is
Yeah.
starting shit, maybe the Picts. I don't know. Seems like something's happening in the island.
In here, I thought pixies were supposed to be nice.
Maybe. As long as everyone's okay with that, we'll go to the town hall. That's where he was. That's where we were told he was.
You weren't told he was anywhere in particular.
We're hoping he's gotten here by
He
now.
said that his house was over here.
Okay. Well, let's go to town hall because that's where I assume he'd be.
Okay.
Well, let's wait.
So you go to town hall, and as you walk by the town hall this time, as you go over here, so you've bathed, so it's going to be actually quite late. So as you get over to town hall, it's actually all closed up. And as you come over here, you see that troop of soldiers or guards or whatever they are come down here, and they turn south and go into like the yard of this building here. Okay, and that's when it connects that's probably the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For the guard or whatever. And so you see them run down and go there. But the town hall seems to be all closed up. No one's there. The doors are locked, and the lights are off.
Any guards on the outside?
There are two guards standing at the top of the stairs.
Where can we find Barnibus?
They look at each other and they go, "Oh, good day to you too. Oh, I'm great, thanks. Well, Barnabas probably doesn't give a rat's ass about you."
Well, we can figure that out once you tell us where he is.
And then one looks at the other, and the second one who hasn't spoken yet says, "Do we look like secretaries to you?"
You look bored and on duty.
Yeah.
That's true. He says, "All right, I'll tell you where Barnabas is. He is down here. Go past the barracks, and you'll be able to get to his house. Now, it's nighttime. If you go bother him right now, and you're the wrong kind of person, I can tell you what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. So make sure you're the right kind of person to be going and bothering the Lord's estate at night."
Don't worry, I'm always the right kind of person. And then,
"Yeah, okay." And they like turn around and go back to the house.
well, shall we?
Give us okay, yeah, right, buddy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so you're gonna go down here. So as you pass the barrack, you get to about here, where you see that there's like a guard post here, like at this. You see how there's like a narrow passage right there? There's a guard post there, and so you get to this little tiny courtyard, and it's all nice. And you see on your right, because you're facing south, the barracks is there, and you can see through the windows that there's lots of people training, and there's lots of bunks inside to sleep people and stuff like that. And there's windows. It's mostly made out of like stone, but there's also some wood supports and stuff like that. It does have a thatched roof. Very large building for the time. You actually don't remember seeing such large buildings outside of a large city. Like this is a city, but it's not a huge city. So it's big. And you see that there's a guard tower with two guards. It's not a tower. There's a guard post with another two guards. Both dwarves, short, in uniform, and they're looking at you as you approach. One of them hails you and says, "Aye, who goes there?"
My name is Thrush the Sharp. I am a member of Nobilis Menda, here with our Lord Gilbert Deep Hollow of Huphole. We are here to talk to Barnibus. We've had some business with him, which we have succeeded in, and we need to inform him of that.
"Oh, geez. He like looks, scratches his beard, and he like looks at his friend and he goes, "Well, the Lord's not in yet, as far as I know. I don't know when he's due in, but the town hall would know. There's a guy at the town hall you should talk to. He's in charge when Barnibus is away, and
So
he
Barnabas is not in town.
gives you a name.
Barnabas did not come into town. We were told he was coming here.
We were told to meet him here.
He comes often. He was here a couple days ago.
Fair enough. Well, what's the name of this person that we should see?
You want to talk to Bodir Platehand?
Plate hand?
Platehand.
Playtime.
Is that because he has a metal hand, or because he's a server and usually has a plate in his hand?
Neither. Don't say that to him.
No, we won't. So, do you know when Barnabas will be back?
No, but he will.
Okay. Well, thank you for your...
Sorry we couldn't help you more. And he like gives you a little bow.
No, that's fine. What should we do? I mean, the town hall's closed. Is the market closed as well? Can we sell
The
something?
market's spinning down. It's mostly people trying to get dinner.
Should we just...
We might have better luck tomorrow morning after everybody has their breakfast.
Yeah, let's go back to the inn. Maybe we can stay for the night.
Get a good meal?
Yeah.
You think they have oatmeal?
I'm sure they have oatmeal. Everywhere has oatmeal. We can stay the
That'll
night
work out.
and try again in the morning.
Okay.
Sounds a good idea.
You go back to the tavern, and on your way back, you notice that the streets are getting to be quieter and quieter. By the time you're back at the tavern, you see like the market is kind of winding down, and there's like only a few little kids or whatever running back home, and you see people with baskets like taking back bread to their houses and stuff like that to eat in the morning. Yeah. And so you get back into the tavern, and it's full of people. There's dozens of people in the tavern now. Which, by the way, is called the Tavern's Tale. Or excuse me, the Tranquil Tent. Which is a kind of an oxymoron because it's not a tent at all. It's like a big stone. But that's
Not a tent.
not a tent. But yeah. You get in and you notice that there seems to be someone like doing little magic tricks inside to entertain people who are laughing and shouting and everything. Lots of people eating and many retiring to their rooms, but there's still a good big crowd drinking and having a good time.
I go to the magician, and I just stare at him and I say, "Excuse me, I think your time is over. I think I'll be taking the stage right now."
Oh, will you? He looks at you and goes, and you're very intimidating, and he's like, "Oh, well,
Yeah, I have a story to tell. Your
be
little-
my guest." He like lets you go, like, but you can tell he's not actually intimidated. He's like, you're very intimidating, and like multiple people around are like, "Holy shit! Like, what is this dude like?" You know those like memes where it's like this guy slaps your girl on the ass. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, that's like this kind of moment where you come over and you say this to him, and everyone around him is like, "Oh my god! Like, what would I do? Like, if I was in his position." He just like gracefully, like purposely, he's not intimidated by you, but like lets you go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And he takes a seat and watches you intently.
I grab my my lute of scribing, and I like as I'm playing it, I basically just tell the tale of us killing the like basically just what we've done, like going to the castle, killing like chimeras, killing spiders, fighting snakes, and like just describing everything really nicely.
But you make us look really good on the castle, right? We just go into it the first time and mow everyone down.
What was that?
I said, like, you make us look good in the castle, right? We just go through there, like attack everyone the first time, so we don't look like
Yeah. I embellish a
Done.
few things, and that's my
Didn't
performance.
Mr. Thrust tell us to keep a low profile because we've got all
Oh,
the stuff we got?
I don't mention anything about like
Hmm.
gold or
Treasures
treasure. I just
and
tell them
Well,
about the
Wesley-
glory.
glory
of
and,
what we
and
did.
stuff.
I've
yeah.
never known Thrust to be low key very much when it comes to him telling story.
And as I'm telling like the Chimera story, like I hold up my tooth and I'm like, Gilbert, get on stage, and I like make him show
I
his
jump up
tooth,
there.
which is like much larger than the tooth that I have, and like talk about how we killed one each and blah 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 blah, all that bullshit basically.
I actually put the fang in my mouth and try to act like a chimera while he's telling the story.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
using your fist for the other two heads.
Yes, I am, and just for fun, I roar with my 3 heads and
Perfect.
Nice.
You literally fool everyone. They think you're chimera. Some of them are.
They scream and flee the tavern.
yeah. I actually like drink some water and spew it out as if I'm trying to be like the poison part.
Oh my god.
I make sure to like say everybody's name like a lot of the times, and like Nobilis Menda I say a lot as well, like just trying to spread our names.
Gotcha.
Always be building the brand.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then when I'm done,
So-
I gesture the magician dude to the stage. I'm like, all yours, buddy.
he laughs and he like claps for you and comes up and like gives you a pat on the back and says, "Great tales,
Thank you.
fantastic."
I think they are too.
I take the fang out of my mouth, going, "That tastes weird."
As you like walk back over to like the bar or something, like you hear people talking. Oh man, I wish I could talk to someone like that. And he goes, yeah, and to the owner too.
Oh fuck!
I'm not wise, guys.
What are you, a wise guy? No,
No,
not
not.
at all.
I mean, pay 3 gold a night for these rooms. At least I could get it a little bit more hospitality.
And when you say that, Bendium, or excuse me, Belladim comes back over and hands you a great big thing of ale, like the biggest stein you've ever seen. Plops it before you with a smash on the table, and says, "Here you go, buddy. Like here you go, baby."
Thank you.
I tap Thrust on the knee, going, "I think she likes you."
Well, of course she does, Gilbert. It's only natural.
I
think
look
it's
at
modesty.
the stein. It's like twice the size of my head. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you're drunk tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I'll drink one, but I'm not getting wasted because I
Okay.
need to be productive tomorrow.
Okay, she's surprised you're not pounding it down. She kind of keeps her distance a little bit. Doesn't bother you necessarily.
Alex will get drunk and watch the magician for a while.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Subtract like maybe if you're getting plastered, maybe like a silver, and if you're not, like a couple copper.
No, I'm just gonna get like just a basic ale to have a good drink, but
3
not-
silver.
but nothing to get plastered by.
Okay, just a couple copper, no big deal.
All right, so make that 8.
Going with 3 silvers worth.
Okay. Wow. All right. So Alex is getting fucked.
I go to like everyone else. I'm like, does like this is away from Alex. Is Alex okay? He's been weird the last couple of days. I say to Wesley and Gilbert.
Just the last couple of days, he's been weird since we saw him.
No,
It was really
since,
weird.
since the
after that
fight,
fight.
with the snakes. He's been angry and
I think
sad.
he used the necklace. I think it did something to him.
yeah, she did use that. I mean, maybe it's cursed. We should get it checked out. Or...
No, but he also used that funky ring.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he took it off her body and he did it, and then he got really, really mad.
Yeah, I think the ring did something. I mean, I don't know much about magical things, but that ring doesn't look like it. It feels too good.
Maybe we can just give him some space tonight. Let him let off some steam, and maybe we can talk to him and see if he's okay. He's a weird guy. He's all complexion. I mean, it's just a ring, right?
I guess.
Well, he's fine. Just let him get drunk. We'll keep an eye on
Wesley
him.
will order up some like really good food, and he doesn't really know what boozes or what, so he orders something a little stronger than he meant to.
Yeah, nice.
But, like he usually just has really, really weak cider. So
Very
he
good.
has like a mid-range ale.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So you guys do your thing for the night, and there's many people in the tavern throughout the night. You see, like, people arguing over how to split the bill. There's, I guess, a singer that takes over after the magicians. If you go upstairs for the night, you'll find that the stairs are short. So there's like some stairs that go down and some stairs that go up to the rooms, and like yours are up, but like it's like they're staggered, so they could fit like under a shorter roof. They dug into the ground a little, so they could fit 2 floors, but it's like 1.5 stories tall, so it's like quite efficient. You get up to your rooms, and through the night, Wesley, you will actually hear like a rattling sound at night.
I would have like I've been kind of screwed over before. Like I would have taken a chair and just kind of wedged it on the door or something. I would have found a way to block it or block it.
Okay, so you block the door when you go to bed, and as you're in bed, you hear the like crowd below, and they're louder at first, and then they kind of quiet down as the night gets darker, and then you hear like a rattling of chains.
Of chains.
But
it's that type of tavern.
but it doesn't get louder or anything. It's just you hear it every once in a while. If you're staying up for a little while, you'll hear it like every 20 minutes or so. And you're not sure you heard it at first. What was that?
Alex stays downstairs for quite a while.
It's a rattling or a clinking.
Like a clanking, like chains together.
Would I get a sense of the size of the chains based off of the noise, or
Small, medium.
and they're just clinking in air, not being dragged?
Could be either. Maybe both.
It would bug me, and I'd try to at least figure out where it's coming from.
Okay, so you want to like leave your room?
Uh,
Or you
yeah,
want to look around your room?
I imagine Alex is kind of passed out. Is that true,
No.
Alex?
Alex is still downstairs. Anytime he gets so drunk he's about to pass out, he just kind of lay on hands himself.
Oh,
Starts
God.
over.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's so fucked up.
I'm not done. One more.
It's like
I got
everyone in
20
the
more
bar
of
is
these.
just watching him. It's like, holy shit, he's about to pass out. What the fuck? He's fine.
He's
How
on
is-
his fifth
what is
barrel.
this?
Oh
How's
my
his
God.
livers alive?
So you go down the stairs thinking, oh, it must be in the room below, because you hear it coming from below. And when you get down there, like as soon as you exit your room, you stop hearing it very much. And then as you go downstairs, you don't hear it at all.
I'll go back into my room and kind of search the floorboards.
Okay, you don't hear it when you go back into your, and then you search the floorboards. There's maybe one that's loose, but you pry it up and it's like there's nothing underneath besides like another board for the below, like the ceiling below.
You should bash it in and go, did you guys hear those chains?
Yeah. Does that go to the common room or a room?
It seems to go to another bedroom. But it's quiet.
Is there like a knot hole?
Maybe like very small. Like between the boards you could see down through, but it's dark under.
Hmm.
And then now it's at this point it's like time you should be.
Yeah. I'll make sure I secure the door again, and then keep my valuables close.
Through the night, you wake up one time hearing, but then you go back to sleep, and like when it stops, you're fine. Everybody else doesn't notice it. You go to sleep, you're asleep, you're done.
Yep.
Fast forward.
Sure. Morning.
7-Eleven. I'm cool with playing for about 20 more minutes if you guys are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wake up in the morning, the cliche rooster cawing outside, in the sound of little pitter patter of footsteps, because your rooms are in the front of the tavern. Your rooms are like here or something. And so you see, like, you look out your windows. Each of you has a small but nice window. There's no glass in it. It's like a boards where you push the like it's shutters essentially. And you if you have the shutters open at all, you'll notice that there are like little kids running in the market, women buying bread and different things. Mostly women. You'll see the occasional man either going to work or you see the soldiers run through the market drilling early in the morning, and you smell oatmeal downstairs.
Alex smells alcohol.
Alex smells alcohol.
He smells a nice oatmeal stout.
I don't know.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
here's the best question. Hold on.
I have
one
a
more-
con mod of 18 and could cure myself of alcohol poisoning 5 times. How much drinking is that?
Honestly, probably more like a gold piece.
Okay, I'm just marking off a gold piece. Did Alex inadvertently impress any dwarves or other people with just how much you
Absolutely.
could drink without dying?
The owner seems to have taken a liking to you by the end of the night.
Do any of the dwarves try to like wed their daughters off to him?
No, but Betty Belladim is giving him a wink and a nudge every once.
He will make a good husband. He has strong stomach.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about-
Alex does have the strongest stomach in existence.
Yeah. And so you're quite schwasty. Let's actually do a little roll here.
Swifty.
3. Okay. So you managed to lose something out of your inventory that you care about.
Oh.
Not the
Okay,
pillow.
let's see. I care about the pillow, holy symbol, mother's locket.
It's the mother's locket.
Oh shit.
Oh,
But you
man,
don't you
that
don't
sucks.
necessarily realize it until you get down to fist and you like go to like touch it or something and it's not there.
People gonna die.
Gilbert comes running down the stairs and like all his gear except for his shield, and Lancer's upstairs. He goes, "Oatmeal!"
Okay.
Right past Alex.
Okay. Belladim. Fuck. Belladim. All right, we're good. Belladim comes out and oatmeal. He hears you running through, and different sorts of like breads, ale, that kind of stuff. People drink ale with breakfast as well. For the record.
Well, of course, it's a breakfast drink of choice.
Yeah.
I will take my ale with a little bit of lemon. Keeps your teeth in.
Okay. Yeah, lemon is totally a thing.
So how's everyone feeling
Alex
this morning?
immediately just kind of starts looking around.
I'm doing okay as I stuff my mouth with the oatmeal she brought me. And again, no spoon, just straight 2 handfuls stuffing the oatmeal.
Okay, so
Gotta make
Double
sure
fisting it.
as Gilbert is digging into the oatmeal, Beladim like comes over to you and sets down your food in front of you, and as she like bends down to put it down, you notice like A, her breasts are like nearly out, and B, that the locket is hanging between them.
Who
And this is the half-orc lady?
Yes.
is this for, Alex?
And
Yes.
Gilbert notices this.
No. Gilbert is digging in, and she comes over to you after she gets Gilbert, and she like gives you a wink,
Oh.
and like bends down to put your thing there, and you notice the locket hanging around her neck.
Mr. Thrust isn't her favorite anymore, I see.
That's correct. She doesn't pay much attention to the rest.
Alex is literally just going to stand up and yell freeze and cast command.
Freeze
Okay.
from the sky!
She does. So you yell it.
And yep, and he's going to rip the locket off and go upstairs to grab his stuff. He's kind of leaving this tavern. He's mad over that.
Okay. She freezes, and like this happens, and she like looks like when you leave the room, like, and it kind of wears off. She like again, then she'll like go back over to Thrust, and she'll be like, "What's up with your friend? He gave me that locket last night, and now he's mad that and he took it back. I don't
know. I'm sorry. How can we make it up to you? He's going through a rough time right now, we think.
Oh, okay.
He's not feeling good because he didn't eat his oatmeal.
She
Would you like
definitely
some-
looks really sad.
Is
Would
this
you
what
like
a
some
love
fine
squirrel
rags?
looks like?
So, okay, too many people talking. What happens?
I asked her if she would like some fine rags.
She goes, fine
Jesus, dude.
rags?
Would you like some fine rags for your lady part?
No,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
just rags, you know.
I mean, they would have used rags.
This is true.
These are very, very nice ones.
That was not
These
what
are
I was
very
implying,
nice ones,
though.
but they are currently burned with eldritch blastness.
I go into my pack
Okay.
and I pull out a vial of perfume and I'm like, I mean, this is really nice. For a pretty lady like yourself, it would go quite well.
Oh my god, she like flushes completely, and like she's like fucking like, oh my goodness, you shouldn't have, and like takes it and like puts it on immediately. Like the smell is like everywhere. She puts too much on.
We'll talk to our friend. Sorry that happened.
No problem. And she like gives you a kiss on the cheek and like walks away.
I suppose we go upstairs. Well, Thrust is going to go upstairs and follow Alex, but
And the whole fucking tavern smells.
At that point, Gilbert gives a great big belch and just yells out the statement, "No oatmeal mimics in this one." then I rush upstairs, get my stuff, and follow after Alex and Thrust.
and you
Girls
said
are
Alex
weird.
is... You said that you're packing your gear and stuff, Alex?
Yeah, Alex is just gonna go to a different tavern.
Well, like as you're packing your gear, like Thrust is gonna open the door, be like, Alex, what was that? Why did you freeze that lady?
That was my mother's locket.
She said you gave it to her. As I poke my head in between Thrust's legs.
Why would I ever do that?
I mean, you're pretty drunk last night, Alex. Is everything okay? You
I
seem
don't even
strange.
like women. There's no reason I would give a woman my locket.
Are you sure you woke up in your bed this morning?
Yes.
That's a good question. Where did Alex sleep? There were 4 beds.
Oh,
4
and I
rooms.
locked you out of. I locked you out of.
Wesley
one room.
was locked.
Well, here's the thing. Me and
Yeah, me and he would have his
Thrust
own room.
run-
Me and Gilbert are in one room, so Alex.
Oh,
would have
okay.
his
So
own
he
room.
had his own room. Okay.
You don't have to like somebody in that way to give them a gift, Alex. You're a giving person. It would seem when you're drunk you're also quite giving, although it seems like you're not willing to part with that locket.
I wouldn't give this to anyone.
Well, being drunk we do stupid things. You don't have to leave. She's fine. And what's going on? Why are you acting strange?
Come on, you can tell us, Alex. And I like get up on his bed, sit down with my feet hanging off the bed, just looking at him like, you can tell us. We're your friends.
I used that evil goddess's damn blood ring. I shouldn't have had to do that.
You used it to save my life, though. It's for a good cause. Would you rather be dead?
No, that's why I used it in the first place.
Well then, there's no reason to feel bad. I'm here. And you don't have to use the ring ever again. We can find a way to destroy it if that would make you happy.
Okay.
My only purpose is to serve good. I can't be doing things with evil goddesses or gods.
Okay, well...
I'm only good for one thing. I can't stray from that thing.
And what is that thing?
To follow Ilmater. That is it.
And would Ilmater want you to use the ring to save somebody?
I don't know.
Well, why are you upset? If you don't know for sure.
I feel like by having to use something dark, I failed. I should be able to stay with the light.
Well, you didn't. For a brief moment, and you saved a friend. So you can either dwell on that and think that you've forsaken your god and all of your beliefs or whatever it is you think you've done, or you can just, be thankful that I'm still alive.
I don't know if it would help, but a lot of people that I knew back at home did bad things because they didn't know no better. And I'm not saying you didn't, but you didn't really have a choice, did you?
About halfway through this conversation, Gilbert gets lost and he starts to go through Alex's backpack because he's curious. Just like he's like a 5-year-old kid just looking through because he's lost the conversation.
This is an intervention. What do you got in your backpack?
Why is the locket important, Gilbert? Now, why do I keep calling
How would
people
I
Gilbert?
know?
Why is the
How would
locket
I know?
important, Alex?
Because it's my mother's locket, and I don't have anything else besides this one ribbon.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you got it back. Sure, it won't go missing again. But you need to not be so hard on yourself. You're a good person, Alex. You look after us. You give constantly to everyone, always. And when we're hard on ourselves, it's when things like getting drunk and losing lockets happen. When you're nice to yourself, good things happen.
I'm willing to practice being nice to others. And Alex just kind of walks out. He's going walk.
Well, at this point, if you haven't stopped me, I'm like all the way in your backpack. So
Yeah.
you may notice a lump in your backpack as you're carrying it.
Leslie will kind of turn to Thrust and go,
Nah, the stuff's still there.
self-image issues.
I just poke my head out to the bag going, can you take me to my room? I need to get my stuff.
And that, Wesley, is why I don't follow any gods. It's because they muddle with your head. And I, go out to my room, get my stuff ready.
Yeah, there's nothing interesting in that backpack.
Nope. Just a halfling.
for the sake of
Okay.
brevity, can we sell our stuff in the market? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah, can we? Yeah,
we don't have to necessarily
I'll-
role play it, but if you want to make us do like
I'll-
rolls or
I'll get
Yeah.
out of the back. I'll get out of his backpack finally.
Yeah, could Wesley do that, like, out of game? Because I got me a list.
well, I was just gonna sell things and then we can do buying once we've thought
Oh,
about.
okay. Yeah,
like-
yeah, the selling. Yeah, let's do it that way.
Is that cool
That's
with you,
good.
Jim?
Yeah, that's fine with me. That's totally cool
Okay.
with me. Is everybody else cool with it?
I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
As long
Did
as
you decide if saltpeter was like a fertilizer in this setting?
Saltpeter should be common enough.
Okay.
But not like it'll still cost you money, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard to find.
But not like, hey, you've got to go to capital for that.
No. But
Sulfur will be tricky, but
you're gonna remember that there's still issues with pirates down in Dunsol.
yeah.
So the amount of things that are coming
Oh,
from
the lead, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just lead. Lead, I believe I talked to you already about
Mhm.
the lead specifically. It would be more common than I thought it was.
Yeah.
But either way, metal coming in from the mainland is
Well,
short.
Got us some raw metal to trade with.
You do, and it should be worth a lot.
Right.
So, cool.
Okay, so
Let's look at what you've got
So-
and look at how
all of
Sorry,
the
keep
like all of the so like all of the 25 gold things, can we just sell them at 25 gold, or do you need to make like rolls for it?
give me a persuasion roll, and we'll mark up or down.
Okay. I'll use inspiration for this.
Okay.
Persuasion. 24.
Yeah, so-
Nice.
Yeah, you'll get like 30.
30 gold for all of them. Nice.
Yeah.
So that will be
Anything marked 25 gold can go.
all right. So it's 30 times 15. All right. Then we've got some sets of clothing, which is 45 gold. Plus, oops. Okay, so then we've got all of the gems, which is 90 gold there. How much would the agate be?
How much would be what?
4 banded agate. Some of the things we don't have prices for.
Where the fuck are
We've
we?
also got 5 lapis lazuli.
Jesus, this is huge.
Some of these names are really gems.
Yeah.
They're real. I can't tell what divider your shit. Like, what is the stuff that you have, and what's the stuff that?
Everything is what we have.
Oh,
Yeah, we haven't sold
From buried
anything
down
yet.
is all of our stuff. That's what we've got.
oh wow.
We've been busy.
Yeah.
We've got a lot to
That's
sell.
why I'm
Oh
like,
my
we have
God.
so much to sell.
Okay. Let's. Where are the agates? Oh, okay. 4 banded agates. Let's take a look at the merchant's guide.
That's a nice guide. I like that guy.
It would be. That's funny.
And then we also have the 5 lapis lazuli. And then apart from that, I mean, a lot. We've got cooking spices. We'll keep the cooking spices. A lyre.
The lazuli and the banded agate are the things that cost. The merchant's guide only has spell gem.
A lyre is 30 gold, so I'll say like 20.
Okay. DMG page.
Oh, just do 15. So we should.
Gemstones are small, lightweight. See the gemstone section. Perfect. Okay. Banded agate are only 10. each.
10 each. So that is, where are we?
So you can get 12 each for them.
So plus 50 for those.
Same thing for lapis lazuli, 12 each.
12 each. So we've got 60. All right. So for all of that, not including like the adamantine chainmail or like any of the huge things, we get an extra 710 gold. And I'll edit it so that I take all that stuff out.
Okay, is 710 gold each?
No, that's what we're adding from what we just sold.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought we would have more than that, but okay, cool.
That's-
That's still a lot for all the stuff we're selling.
Yeah, I'm sitting at about 73 gold and 17 platinum, which sounds about right.
Yeah,
Alright.
there's a lot more in the group loot.
And do you guys want to split the group loot now?
Let's do it next week. Or
That way we'll know how much we've got to spend.
And then you can look it up while you're not
Yeah.
here. The things you want to try to buy.
3, 4, 6, 3 plus 1.
If you wanted to go, there are banks in town where you could change
Yeah.
There are people in town who do money trading enough that you would be able to it to whatever like coins you want.
So we could get 1,200 each, and there would be times 5, and there would be 34 gold left in the group kitty. So 1,200
Okay.
each.
1,200.
We won't. Don't add it
Nice.
to your character sheet yet, but just know that you've got that much because it's all in like different
Okay.
stuff.
Then I want to put that under bio.
Yeah. Everyone
Not bio, but bio and info. Yeah, that's
gets
So 120 platinum.
Yeah.
Yep. 1,200 gold
However
each.
you want to, you can exchange it to whatever currency you prefer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
Cool. Think about what kinds of things you'd like to find. Message me if you have any questions, or if there's anything in particular. There will be a selection of magic items in town based off of like rolls, essentially. So if you want a particular magic item, we can try to figure that out. But
Ooh,
yeah,
magic.
yeah. I mean, with that amount
Can
of
it
money,
be,
I assume you're looking at magic.
That is
Crazy
and
expensive?
stuff. I mean,
The one
1,200
question-
gold doesn't get you many good magic items, to be honest.
No, but it'll get you a nice weapon. That kind of stuff is going to be.
Yeah, you could probably get a +1 sword or something for a.
Oh, definitely for between 500 to 800.
Question on mounts in this city. Do they just have normal mounts, or would they have unusual?
It would definitely not have unusual.
Okay.
It's not like an exotic city where.
Well, I know, but I was thinking would you think that at this time, since they have a war horse, they would like
Yes.
have like a war pony?
The pony might be harder because it's not particularly useful. But there are a lot of dwarves, so you can see what you can find. Dwarves aren't that much
Get a
taller
war
than you,
goat.
so yeah, war goat
Get Gilbert an ostrich.
maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're calling it there though.
Yeah.
Yeah.